So today with us on Stool Talk, we have a very, very special guest today. A long time in the making. Finally got her on here, Mrs. Kiyana Rome. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I started this to be able to spotlight people and spotlight different things they were doing, because it's always good to be walking in your purpose on purpose. And you
Mhm.
identify with a lot of different things: great servitude, great heart, great caring. You selfless, like you got a great heart, and you got the type of personality that you always making sure others is good. Um, and just that fight inside you. Where did that come from? Like, how was it growing up? As you grew up, how was that?
Um, so I'm an only child, so I really didn't get to uh basically go into like hanging out with other people until I got older. And then I also experienced this condition called nephrotic syndrome. So what that is basically a kidney condition. And then I was bullied for it because of I was different than others. And I just, like I said, I just got bullied for it. But once I started to like gain confidence after that, then um, I understood like how I felt, and I know that I didn't want anyone else to feel the way I felt. So I always say treat others like how you would want to be treated. So I always try to treat people kindly as much as possible, and then just went from there.
Yeah, and you mentioned you being only child. That's why it's so amazing that you got a heart and you got a caring personality. Because most people that's the only child, they stingy. This mine,
Yeah.
mine, mine, mine. But you not like that. You were raised by good parents. Your mom and your
Mhm.
dad, shout out to both of them.
Mhm.
What does family look like for you?
Well, I'm a very, very family oriented person. So that means a lot to me, which means like just spending time with them, like going on family vacations, just talking to them if I need any advice, just things like that.
Yeah. And your mom was in the band, captain of the Skydettes, and your dad was a big time basketball player at Woodward.
Yeah.
Um, that where the academics came from, the athleticism came from both sides because you got to have great grade to be a part of both of the things that they were. What
Yeah.
sports were involved in, and when did that start?
I played basketball in seventh grade and eighth grade, and then I did volleyball my eighth grade year as well. And then when I got to high school, I just danced, and then I continued on with my dance career through college.
Yeah, I heard you was dancing around the house a little with the pamper on. Your mom and
Yeah.
beside you for so long. Okay, we're gonna go back to when you said about the bullying. When did you feel like that you had your identity, and what things helped you to be more confident in yourself so that the bullying didn't matter? Because here you had the rare condition, but you didn't let that stop you.
Right. So that's one thing for sure. I made sure my grades were on top of everything. Even when I was like in the hospital, I still asked my mom to pick up my homework from school and make sure I did my homework. And then I started gaining confidence towards the end of middle school, um, because I was just like, it is what it is. Like, it's they don't understand what I'm going through. I only understand it. And mainly God for sure. I make sure I prayed a lot, and I talked to my mom and like my family and stuff like that, like just to give me advice on what I can do to gain confidence, and they really helped me with that.
Yeah,
So once
you.
I got to high school, I was yeah.
Yeah. So when you just spoke about God, that was gonna be my next thing. Did you question God? Did you have faith? Did you pray? Like, what was that relationship, and when did you know and see that relationship grow? Because I know God had to be with you because that's a tough thing, being that
Mhm.
you overcame that.
Well, I will always say faith is not believing that God can, is knowing that He will. So I knew eventually I wasn't going to go through it like my whole life, because even the doctor said, I may grow out of it once I become a teenager, and that's what happened. Once I hit puberty, that's when it started to go away. And I just make sure like I stay active, like I continue to pray. And there were times when I would say why, I would question why, but I mean, it happens, but like I said, I
Yeah.
always just have faith about it. So
And the reason why I asked you that, because me being a youth minister, me being a mentor, some kids, youth, whether they young adults, they sit up and they feel bad for questioning God, but that's how God can really reveal and show Himself because you're asking the question out of the kindness of your heart. And it's like it everything full circle because you're a homecoming queen. You know, different people notice you, and it seemed like it turned around. Even though I know now you probably see the same people that was talking. Maybe if it's
Mm-hmm.
God holler or trying to be your friend and they see what God has done for you. So when you
Mm-hmm.
were senior in high school, what made you decide to go to UT and what did you study?
Well, I only went to UT because it's close and it's cheaper than going anywhere else. And
Yeah,
I just wanted to stay close to family. And I got my bachelor's in business administration, and I'm in graduate school and getting my master's in human resource management.
that's so dope. That's so dope. So when you went on there, what made you decide, you know what, I'm gonna do this dancing thing in college. I'm gonna do it at the next level versus just going to school. I'm still gonna be involved in sports and stuff like that. And describe to me, how did you balance that with education and even having a life because you're a young adult on college, school, and dance? How did you balance that?
So I started, it's called Fire Squad. So I started Fire Squad my junior year, and I just make sure I just had like a schedule. So this day I'm gonna do my schoolwork this day. I have practice and I'm gonna make sure I do my homework before dance. Then I have work this day. So I just try to keep that time management down pat.
Yeah. And what would you say the balance is as far as transition from high school to college for those who are going to college next year or even thinking about going? What's the transition and what's the difference that you faced or that you've seen?
Well, one thing I would say, you don't see uh all the people that you went to high school with. It's a totally different environment. So, and professors, they will work with you. You just have to like just talk to them. If you have any questions about anything, like they will help you. Just need to communicate. Um, I would say, well, for me, with my transition, it was a rocky start because when I was a freshman going into college, I lost my grandmother
Mm.
like that very first week. So it was like a rocky start for me. But again, I had faith and I already knew that um, that time would pass. So I just needed to continue on with my work and just keep the faith. So
Yeah, being I know the relationship between your mom and her mom and your mom, I mean you and your granny very close. How
yeah.
much being motivation to you after her passing to be able to be the best you can be and do it for her, knowing how much and how close y'all was?
I would say when COVID hit, because again, I was like depressed when she passed, and then when COVID hit, I was just in the house. I didn't really want to do my schoolwork. I was just like half doing it. I was just like, I'm just gonna just pass as much as I could, like just doing the bare minimum. But once COVID ended, and I noticed my grades start to drop, and I just had a reality check. I was like, she wouldn't want me to do this. She always said to make sure my grades are up, all that kind of stuff. So that motivated me when I seen my grades go down. And then again, I had a conversation with God, and I was just like, I need to do something to, boost my grades and stuff like that. So yeah, that
Yeah,
really helped me. And I ended my senior year with a 3.0 GPA. I was really happy about that. So
yeah. Is that why you got to wear the different color thing on your graduation thing? That's what I thought.
yep.
Yeah, and how important is building a relationship up with God? And for those who want one, they are one foot in, one foot out. What would be your advice for them to build a relationship, or even letting them know that that relationship is beneficial to have with God?
Yeah, it's very, very important. Because even when I noticed I started praying more and just talking to him more, my life became better. So that's I don't know. It just like your life becomes so much different when you have a relationship with him, when you talk to him every day. And I know people have like complications with like how to talk to him. Like I don't know how to pray to him. Just I look at it like just talk to him like a friend, and
Yeah,
then just say in Jesus' name, Amen, and then just run with that.
yeah. So this volunteer work that you do, great, excellent volunteer work. You showing your time, you showing your energy, your effort. When did that start and how did that come about? And what makes you consistently continue it?
I started. I want to say in the summer, I go to the Ronald McDonald house. And I started that because again, I was a sick kid as well, so I wanted to make sure all the other kids got the things that they needed.
Yeah.
And it makes me really happy seeing them whenever I do volunteer, just interacting with the kids and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that has a special place in my heart. So that's why I chose that place. And I usually do it on Sundays. So after I go to church and stuff like that, I would just go there and then just do a few hours and then just go about my day.
Yeah, and God is going to reward you and bless you for sowing them seeds into that, because that's what you're doing with the kind heart. Sometimes it ain't always about tithing and offering. It's about tithing and offering. And the other thing, being a son, serving
Mm-hmm.
and God's people, because people selfish. They don't want to do nothing. They want you to do everything. So with you doing that, God is seeing you. He gonna reward you. Like, I see
Right.
she's faithful with this. I'm gonna bless her with many, much more.
Mm-hmm.
So your goals to and as far as what you want to be after you get your master's, or what you want to do when you get your master's, what's your plans?
Well, I currently work at Amazon right now. So I just plan on working there as an HR partner and then just hopefully moving up further. And if it's outside of Amazon, then I mean,
Yeah.
whatever comes first. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
Last two questions, we get you out of here. What advice would you have for a young woman or a young teenager in today's society with all what's going on?
Well, if you're in high school going to college, you can still have fun, but make sure your grades are on point. That's very, very important. So if you like, yes, it's fun to go to parties. Yes, it's fun to go to like other organizations on campus, stuff like that, but make sure your grades are on point because that's what you're there for, is for education. That's even with me, even before there's a party or there's a org or something like that on campus, I always make sure that my work is done before I even go. So that way you don't like cram stuff in or you're rushing to get your homework done or anything like that. Um, and then just make sure you just keep going. College does get hard. There are times where you like get stressed out. Um, yeah, just keep working.
Okay,
Just keep going.
and lastly, speak to someone maybe suffering with identity. You could say whatever comes to your mind and your heart with dealing with identity and knowing who you are as a female, or as a a person that's got insecurities and stuff like that. Speak on that.
Um, Pray for sure. Um, yeah, I would definitely say pray.
Yeah, that's good, man. It's been great. Thanks for coming and sit on down to talk to us. We speak blessings over you. Keep going. Keep having that great heart, being a servant, and sky's the limit for you. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank
I
you. I appreciate it.
is continue that relationship with God, and like you telling these people to pray, people that's around you, spread the word and allow them to know, because God is visible in your life. You can see all of what He's doing in you and your family.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you. Thank you for so much. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you for having me.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.